Hello there, this is Jonathan, and today I am discussing the Mycelium Madness creature that I'm working on. Mycelium Madness is a Kickstarter project that I'm currently part of. I'm doing the cover and a few interior creatures. This guy is one of them. Go ahead and get that going. I'm using symmetry with him because it is a insect-like creature, and that just seemed like the fastest way to sketch it out. I wanted this creature to look like a diagram you might see in a deep sea monster book or a other Dungeons and Dragons type book. So I'm going for a flat, straight-on shot. The concept of this project is a Dungeons & Dragons campaign that takes place entirely in a world infected by mushrooms, sort of like the end of Sonic the Hedgehog. So this world, the mushrooms have invaded through means, and they are taking over everything and converting flora and fauna into creatures. So the creature here that I'm creating is supposed to represent one of the creatures we talked about. It is a Mycelium Crawler, and essentially how it works is it skitters along and deposits a spore into the ear hole or eye hole or nose hole or mouth hole of a unwilling adventurer, and then sometime later, like a cordyceps, the deposit will spring forth and rip apart the character from the inside. So I wanted to make sure it looked particularly freaky. I decided to use a spider as a base. I know it doesn't have 8 legs, thank you. I decided to use the spider as a base, but I wanted it to kind of look like it would camouflage itself in with the other fungi around. So that's sort of where he gets his shape from. If you can see on the screen now, I'm drawing in what will eventually be its victim. I wanted this portion of the drawing to reference basically the diagram of the creature. So what I'm doing here is trying to depict a man who is sleeping. So he's laying down on the ground and he's underneath some blankets. I do struggle quite a bit here in this drawing with the foreshortening and the perspective of the arm as it comes forward and then goes back across his chest. So you'll see it wrong a number of times before it finally looks mostly right. I would say foreshortening and perspective are definitely the biggest hurdles that I have to overcome. So in future videos, I will be spending significant focus on getting those to look okay. Hopefully improving. I am drawing in a program on a tablet called, I think it's just Adobe Sketchpad. It's an older version of Adobe's current sketch tool, but I didn't really like the interface of their current one. It seems to think really hard when it's opening files. This one seems real snappy. I also like that I can rotate the canvas, but it leads to video moments like these where everything's tilted. So I may tilt this post. We'll have to see if it's too distracting. I don't know. So what I'm doing here is sketching in the man, putting the blanket over the top of him. I wanted him to look like he is taking a rest for the night at a campsite. So I put his weapon by his pillow. Eventually you'll see a little coin purse. And just trying to make it, just relax, man. Just go to sleep. It's fine. There's no giant bugs about to jump on your face. I almost drew the bug in question on his face, but I thought that might be a little too on the nose. So you'll see when I start putting in some of the other elements what I ended up going with. No particular reason, not a lot of forethought was put into it, but this ended up being a illustration, a line-heavy drawing. So I decided not to do any color work on it. A lot of D&D manuals do that, so it should fit in nicely. Here I'm putting a shirt on him and a little cuff. Well, eventually I'll put a shirt on him. He does end up looking a bit like Socrates by the end. Little pillow. I probably should have drawn a bedroll, but whatever. What else can I tell you? Silence. So I am defining areas of light and dark. I've turned off at this point the creature. Oh, right. I thought about giving him hair. And then I decided against it. I kind of like how he looks. Okay, so here I'm trying to hatch in. I'm trying to do two things at once here. I'm simultaneously hatching in the background because I wanted it to feel like it was grounded. And I'm also feeling out where I can place things for my scene. So took a quick look at my critter, and I'm going to put him up here perched on the cap of this mushroom looking down. Darkening in some of the spots that don't see direct light. If I could do this all over again, I would probably start... Well, I guess I can do it all over again. I would probably start working on defining the light source a little better. It's close, but it's not very good. But it works for what this drawing ends up being, I feel. I'm working on the sword dagger a little bit. Again, the foreshortening is not the greatest, but yeah. Cleaning up the man a bit. There we go. Rotate it. Oh, there's that money bag I mentioned earlier. So I'm putting that in, again, just to make it look like... I like to give my characters a reason to be where they are. So for this scene, he's sleeping. He would have all his possessions next to him, feeling super safe, oblivious to the monster approaching. Putting in some shade. There's a tiny mushroom there that'll make an appearance at the end. So I'm really unhappy at this point with the background. I feel like, oh shoot, I messed up. So I'm scribbling in mushroom shapes. And the idea is, you know, they're peeking out through the background, but I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on them. So now I am hatching out white into the background to sort of create gray to push those shapes back farther. I'll do another pass of this towards the end. And, or maybe not, maybe this is it. Yeah, no, I'm shading in the pouch and the pommel. No, this is not it yet. Okay, so you can start to see the man better, though. And now I'm carving out the creature itself. More shade. Not a huge fan at the moment of how obvious, I guess, those lines are in the back, but we'll fix that here soon. So matching the creature, roughly speaking, to its design. Oh, here I'm spending a bit more time on the ear. I think I do that twice as well. The ear is important if you have a creature that can enter your ear and impregnate your head. So I have to get it looking somewhat right. Okay, sketch, 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 sketch. I really, really like this program, Adobe Sketchbook. So I use it on I think it's a Galaxy Tab S7, which is just a fancy stylus pressure sensitivity tablet. Very, very cool. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up. It's replaced hundreds of paper sketchpads for me. Well, it hasn't replaced them yet, but it will. I've already done probably 50 drawings in it since I bought it, and I've only had it, I don't know, maybe a couple months. It's hard to put down. So it's starting to look pretty good, I feel. Now I'm going to clean up the creature, get that separation of the light and the dark so you can sort of see it a little better. And then, yeah, so here's where I'm going through and doing more of that cleanup with just tone, essentially trying to make it look like it's gray, make it look like shapes are pushed farther back, and cleaning up the edges. So I'm carving out those shapes just with white, and I'm scribbling over the ones that are supposed to be in the midground. And I'm going to darken up the main mushroom here, bring it a little bit closer to the foreground. And then after that's done, I position the head, or the initial drawing, up top, and just do some final touch-ups. Oh yeah, gotta fix that ear again. And carving. I think I fix his beard, and then that's about when I'm done. Okay, bringing some light into his hand, ever so slightly. You can see up close how sort of fat-fingered and thick these lines are. Line consistency would have been nice, but it's far past that point right now. Here he's starting to look like Socrates to me. Maybe I mean, the look I was going for was sort of a grizzled veteran, somebody that can take care of himself and, you know, is completely underestimating the situation he finds himself in. So hopefully that reads. Oh, and now it's upside down. That's, I guess, the one downside, or a downside to working in this program. But I'll flip that in post. Yeah, so just coloring in the ground, cleaning up that little mushroom there, and I'll post the final, sort of final render here in a second. Yeah. So there we go. This will be one of several drawings that feature in the Mycelium Madness Dungeons & Dragons module. You can follow the Kickstarter. I'll put a link in the description. And I would like to make this channel focused on doing artwork like this once a week. I would love to sort of walk through my process. I would like to get your feedback on what you would like to see in terms of formatting of the show. I am very new to this, and I welcome the feedback. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications, I am told. Although my notification to you right now is I'll probably put one of these up once a week. And I don't do much else in terms of social media, so this would be pretty much the spot. And hopefully when a new video goes live, you'll just be notified. You can follow me at artstation.com/creaturecraft if you're looking for more of my artwork. Also, if you are interested in commissions, feel free to contact me. Thank you for viewing, and I hope to see you here again soon.